Женей.
Здравствуйте, меня хорошо слышно, да? Меня зовут Владимир Павлов, я работаю архитектором в компании Pavlov Болгария. Да, я сегодня буду говорить, как это по-русски, откладка и профилирование облачных приложений. Ну, как это можно сделать, какая проблема и как ее решить. Ну, поскольку я не чувствую себя очень уверен говорить по-русски, еще много терминов здесь, я даже не знал, как это, что дебагинг — это в сущности откладка, или что даже таблет — это планшет. Так что я сейчас, извините, буду переключу на английский. Ну, в конце, если у вас вопросы будут, можно задавать по-русски тоже, по-английски, как вам лучше. Я постараюсь тоже отвечать по-русски, если могу, если нет, на английском. Ну да, давайте, поехали. Okay, so who am I? As I said, I'm a development architect in SAP Labs Bulgaria, working on SAP HANA Cloud Platform. I have more than 15 years of experience with enterprise Java architectures, technologies, middleware stuff. And I'm a huge Java fan. I don't like Spring, by the way. I was also a member of the Java 6 expert group that created the specification for the platform in the version 6. And I'm a regular speaker at conferences, also mentor at developer hackathons. You can find me also on Twitter. And by the way, you can also have this great picture if you go to the SAP stand outside. You just find it by the green canvas, and yeah, you can be famous for a moment. I'll be talking about debugging profiling cloud applications, what's the problem with that, basically, and how it can be solved with the means of SAP HANA Cloud Platform tools and SAP JVM. But actually, I was not intended to create any slides. I was just meaning to do live demos. But yeah, just for probably for offline reference and for better context understanding, I just put some slides. I won't actually go much into that. I just wanted to give the background. And basically what is HANA Cloud Platform? It's a platform as a service. So probably you know managed service and what is cloud with all the different segments of cloud services. So yeah, infrastructure, platform, software as a service. And HANA Cloud Platform, does it work? Where is it? Okay, anyway, HANA Cloud Platform is the platform as a service offering from SAP. And with it, you can, actually, the only one platform as a service that has an in-memory database, the SAP HANA database, which really is a powerful tool for real-time applications, not only transactional, but also analytical on the same data. And with HANA Cloud Platform, you can build new cloud applications to address emerging business needs. This means mobile, social, portal applications, whatever. You can also extend existing applications from SAP, Oracle, Salesforce to maximize your existing investment in these solutions so that you can provide new modern UIs, for example, or new workflows based on this existing data that is in this on-premise or also cloud applications. So with the applications running on HCP stands for HANA Cloud Platform, you can connect to these systems and extend them by new meaningful UIs and scenarios. And you can also integrate different systems again from SAP and other vendors so that you have the connected enterprise, digital enterprise. So what programming languages can you use on HCP? You can use Java, of course. This is a standard certified Java 6 web profile server with running on Java 6, 7, or 8, whatever your wish. So we can develop, deploy, and use these applications in a cloud environment. This is good for complex integrated integration projects. You can also have so-called XSJS or native HANA server-side JavaScript applications. So this is useful when you want to reduce the footprint of your application and don't need a separate application server for it. And it's also good for analytical scenarios. And of course, we can also have for UIs lightweight applications run on the HTML5 runtime with JavaScript and CSS. This is the SAP UI5 paradigm, and benefit from the existing templates and basically mashup connections to different systems and visualize it in a modern look and feel. So I'll be talking now how to debug applications, especially Java applications in the cloud. So, okay, debugging and profiling Java applications, there are many great tools available, right, for both of these sections for Java developers. We've been lucky for many, many years. So what's the problem really? Well, if you know Java and how debugging works, you probably know that the Java debug wire protocol, JWP, is really very verbose. So it's very talkative between the IDE, the client, debug client, and the debugged JVM. So this combined with the cloud, which is actually not like your local area network. It's characteristic of all wide area networks. So with the high latency there, so this communication is really not optimized for the debugging protocol. And because of that, you get really miserable performance, and it's practically unusable in cloud scenarios. Anyone who has tried to debug a remote server, really remote server, not on the local area network, has probably seen this. And how to solve this? So the rest of the talk would be basically demos, how HANA Cloud Platform together with the SAP JVM has come to solve this problem for you. And just a mention about SAP JVM, because I haven't introduced it earlier. It's a standard compliant JVM based on the OpenJDK. SAP is also one of the big contributors to the OpenJDK project, and we built the port for different basically all the operating systems and architectures that are supported by SAP. Okay, so I'll now switch to the demo. So actually, I have a very simple application here now developed. It's a Java EE6 web profile application, which uses servlets and JPA and CDI. By the way, how many of you know the concept of Java EE? Okay, quite maybe the half of the room. For the others, it's you got it. It's really a simple application. It's not something it's really a hello world type of application, just to demonstrate how the technologies work together and how actually to have a meaningful debugging and profiling scenario actually. So this is my servlet here, which does basically nothing special than calling. First of all, in the servlet, I inject a printer object. This is done by the @inject annotation from CDI. So I inject a printer and call the printer to print something onto the standard writer. Let's go to the printer and see how it looks like. So the printer gets on its side injected a greeting. The greeting is just a simple POJO, nothing special. It just says good afternoon and your name. And so it calls this greeting to greet CDI, and then does something a bit with the database to persist. Get an entity manager, start a transaction, and persist a new entity. Let me maximize this, which is a random generated ID for the user here, and just commit the transaction. After that, we list the persons and get the last edit person, just add it into the database, and greet him as well with the same greeting, and print out the number of entries in the database. Really simple example. And now let's see how this works with HANA Cloud Platform. How many of you have been developing Java applications with Eclipse? Okay, the same people basically. Great. So because there are also people who prefer NetBeans or IntelliJ IDEA. There are different tastes on this, but so then you're familiar with the environment, at least those of you who raised the hand now. And For the deployment of this simple application, I'll create just a standard server, how it's done in WTP in Eclipse. So create a new server, choose the server type as SAP HANA Cloud Platform, and specify this is, I have configured actually the default length. Okay, I should have mentioned probably in the slides that we have a number of data centers where HANA Cloud Platform is running. So we have one in Germany, one in Holland, a couple of in the US, one in Australia, and we have also data centers for some of the cloud solutions that I mentioned, like SuccessFactors or Ariba. Also in other data centers, for example, just a month ago, I think we opened a data center for SuccessFactors here in Moscow. We're planning also to move HANA Cloud Platform here, maybe in the next year. And yeah, this is just to explain what is this landscape host. This is basically saying where is the where I'm deploying to which data center. This HANAOnDemand.com is the default data center for the EU, one of the EU data centers in Germany. And next, I just need to specify a name for my application. I'll call it Hello CDI. This is the account where I will be deploying. The account is something that is assigned to me and maybe other members as well. This is my user, my password, and nothing special. I just click finish. This will create basically the server abstraction for the environment where I will be deploying my application. And it's really fast. It just does nothing actually, just yeah, like a skeleton for this server. Next thing is to deploy the application. So that's again standard functionality in Eclipse. Just drag and drop the project onto the server. This now takes a bit more because it's actually uploading the project content to the cloud. Does nothing like that, just stores it into the repository in the cloud, and it's done. So the last thing that we'll do is actually to start this application. This will take a while. Maybe, okay, I should probably also increase the timeout, because usually it's, okay, the default one is 2 minutes, but yeah, when I was doing the tests, I saw that the network here, or maybe the latency to Germany is a bit more than my usual environment. So I will increase it just to be on the safe side to 5 minutes. Usually it starts in less than 2, at least for simple projects. And yeah, start the application. So yeah, maybe what happens now? While it's starting, it actually gets the binaries of the application from the repository and creates a new virtual machine in the cloud, provisions the runtime for the environment where the application will be running, and yeah, deploys the application onto this runtime, onto this server, and of course starts the server. So basically the most time-consuming operation here is the provisioning of the virtual machine. Of course, we have a pool of virtual machines to yeah, to optimize this process, but still it has to be provisioned with the particular code for this application and with the runtime itself. Yeah, as I said, this might take like 2 minutes or something like that. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions up to now, I'll be happy to take them. Questions, anyone? Yeah?
У меня такой вопрос, можно по-русски?
Да.
А вот облако, да, на чем оно построено, и вот мы запускаем там сейчас какой-то сервер, какой-то дистрибутив, ну вот такие низкоуровневые моменты вы можете прояснить?
No. Okay, but I will try to answer in English, okay? It would be easier for me. So yeah, basically the runtime, this Java 6 web profile runtime is based on Apache Tomcat, and actually also, maybe you know the Eclipse Virgo project, which is doing the Java integration with OSGI. So we have a number of, even for the Java server, Java runtimes, we have currently 3 flavors. One is pure Tomcat, the other is Tomcat with OSGI, and the third one is this one, Java 6 web profile. So this is actually what's provisioned onto the virtual machine, this Eclipse Virgo web profile runtime, which has Tomcat inside, Eclipse Link for the JPA, OpenEJB, and OpenCDI for obviously for CDI. Does it answer the question? Yeah.
У меня Немного другой вопрос. Сами виртуалки на чем? Виртуальные.
Okay. The virtual machines are based on SUSE Linux enterprise server. Is that the point, the question? Or what's the virtual is? What? Okay. So it's okay. It was used to be VMware, but currently it's on Zen. Yeah, with some proprietary integration. Is that okay? From the third try, I answered it. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, the server is started, and let's. I'll open the application in the web-based cockpit. This is basically where you find all the information about your applications and also logging, monitoring data, and you can also manage the lifecycle of the applications. So this is the overview page. I can see now the application URLs here. For this application, as you can see, okay, the hanaondemand.com is the default one, which actually says that it's also available on EU1. This is the data center in Germany. And from here, I can access the application and see the outcome. So you can see actually there's now a problem. It's taking too long even for this connection. And yeah, and the other thing, finally got, and the other thing is that I don't get exactly the output I showed you, right? It was saying good afternoon, CDI, good afternoon, user, whatever. But now it's saying hi. So what's the problem? So two problems actually: the performance and the functionality. What's printing? Of course, it's very simple, but still just to showcase the capabilities of the platform. And you see there are like 500,000 entries in the database, which even for that number, it shouldn't be a problem to get a faster response, especially with an in-memory database, right? So what I can do now is I'll first try to find the performance problem, because it's more bugging me. Okay, shouldn't have closed this, but okay. Let's keep it open because I'll need it later again. So the profiling is integrated with the SAP JVM. So I'll start the profiler directly from here, restarting profile. This actually doesn't restart. It's restarting profile because it's the standard context menu in Eclipse. But you see it's almost immediately attaching a profiler and the status changed to profiling. I'll close this VM Explorer, I don't need it. And here I have the, basically the different analysis that I can do with this powerful SAP JVM profiler tool. And I can have allocation analysis to see where the most number of objects are located and the methods that are locating them. I can have method parameter analysis, file I/O, network I/O analysis. And of course, in this case, I'm most interested in the performance hotspot to find out which is the bottleneck of my application. So I'll start this performance hotspot analysis, and I need to request the application again just to get some sample for the profiler. As you can see, it actually doesn't have any overhead. The time for the response is the same, basically. And I can stop the analysis. Here's my performance snapshot, and I can look into the methods that are called during this execution. Okay, there are different ways to look into that, by hierarchical or flat, or by thread, or by method. In this case, I'm interested in the method because it's only one thread anyway. I don't have parallel sessions. And let's sort it by total CPU time. Okay, it was like 3 seconds. And if I can filter here, but I already spotted my code, basically this code. So it's basically taking almost all of the time in the application. So I can find now right-clicking and show the methods that my servlet code is calling. I choose this time the hierarchical representation. And now I can see that actually, okay, the servlet does cause the print. That's not surprising. And the print is calling the get result list and two other methods which are negligible to the result list. The others are the persisting of the new entity into the database. But the most time-consuming, actually almost 100%, is the get result list. This is the query on the JPA provider to find the what we've called him to find. And yeah, if I go deeper, I can find again what's the query that what's exactly executed in the JPA provider. But it's almost clear already that the get result list call is the bottleneck, the hotspot, and I can for that go to the printer and look how this get result list is called. And yep, here is the get result list, and it's called on a query. So I already have a hint that the query is the problem, and this is the named query in JPA all persons. So it's already suspicious, but let's see. The definition of the query is select P from person P. So this actually selects all entities in the database, which are like 500,000 entries, just to print the last added entry. So it's really not, it's really a very stupid implementation just to showcase how it works, but the profiling, but yeah, you see the point. And yeah, you can imagine that you can profile any complex applications this way. So we found the profiling bottleneck, and let's quickly just find why it's printing me the wrong output. For that, I'll restart it now in debug. Again, it's not a restart, it's just switching it to debug mode on the fly. This is a feature again of SAP JVM, and attaching the debugger. So let's go again to our popular printer class and just put a breakpoint here and execute again the scenario. Okay, it prompts me that I should switch to the debug perspective to analyze. Okay, of course I want to switch there. And let's see what's happening here. I already have the breakpoint hit, and I can analyze the greeting. And you see it's actually not the greeting class that I showed you. It's an informal greeting. So probably that might be the problem. So let's see what's this informal greeting class. I can find it here and go directly to the actual type. Okay, and okay, small screen, somehow not very convenient. As you see that I've got the informal greeting and not the greeting class, and that's because in the printer, as you have probably seen, or maybe not, apart from the inject annotation, I have also the informal qualifier, CDI, which basically tells CDI to give me a greeting that has this qualifier, and that is the informal greeting. So the informal greeting says hi, whatever, and now that's clear why I get the different output. And yeah, I can even change the output here on the fly. Okay. Because I could also change what I get as injection, but it will go only on the second on restart of the application, because CDI only injects the entities when they are started, when the application is started, and it wouldn't give me a new injection point if I just change the if I just remove this one. But I just wanted to show you that I can change the code with, again, standard functionality with hot swap. And I changed it to good afternoon. And okay, let me find the breakpoint. Actually, I can just continue, resume the thread. And we expect now to see the changed outcome. Okay, good afternoon. So, yep, that was basically the demo. Just a few closing words. So all this is actually you can try for yourself. You can get this, how you can get started, basically. There's this hcp.sap.com site. You can get the introduction again on HANA Cloud Platform, and you can most importantly sign up. Okay, where's do you see it? Oh. Okay, second step. You can sign up for a free account, which is not like other trial accounts. It doesn't expire in 30 days or 90 days. It's perpetual. You can use it unlimited in time. And yeah, you can look at all the different services that the platform provides and build your cool applications. And last but not least, apart from the open source and open standards that the platform is built on, it's also open in terms of communication and information. You can find a lot of information again on this site on the documentation, official documentation for the platform. You can download the tools and SDKs from tools.hanondemand.com or also from Maven Central. You can find a lot of courses, free online courses on open.sap.com, not only on HCP, but on other SAP products and solutions. And also the HANA Academy on YouTube, a lot of videos provided and tutorials. Code samples as well on GitHub, and yeah, release notes. We publish every 2 weeks new updates on the platform. You can find this on the sub-community network Dev Center. We have also Twitter communication, SlideShare, very nice podcast every 2 weeks again. You can find it on iTunes. And yeah, спасибо.
Спасибо, Владимир.
Если у вас есть
Коллеги,
вопросы.
И есть возможность задать вопросы. У нас буквально есть еще 4 минуты. Пожалуйста. Есть вопросы? Отлично. Был столь понятный, вразумительный доклад. Все поняли. Давайте еще раз поблагодарим Владимира. Спасибо большое.